Oh, I was like, oh, what is the countdown music going? Bing bong bong. All right. Oh, you know why? It's me. That's why. Hold on. I totally did a Allie and Pete. They did that on their show earlier. So, anyway, hello everybody. Welcome to another chat with Castles, Capes, and Clones, where we discuss everything in the Disney universe. And I see that Kat wins the prize for being the earliest. She came 18 minutes early. Woo! And we see Ben and Danielle are here, and Pete and Allie. I just said that I did a Pete and Allie where I was playing the sound at the beginning. Anywho, well, we were wanting to have a discussion topic like for each of these shows that we would do at the end, but because of CinemaCon and because Disney Parks released a lot of news about Disneyland Resort, and then they also had Doctor Strange is coming out next week. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. So we're just going to talk about the news today, and I hope that everybody will have a good time. Hi, DC. Thanks for coming.
Hello.
Anyway, what was I about to say? I was about to say, because I'm talking about Doctor Strange. Next week we will not have live because I'm going to pretty much bet that all of us on this side are going to watch Doctor Strange on Thursday. I'm trying to figure out a way to get there, so I'm hoping that will happen. Anyhow, well, I'm here with my cousin co-pilot, Cousin Rich.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going all right. I can't believe it's already May. Well, a couple days, but like May has a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Right? Next week is well, it's not only does Doctor Strange coming out, but it's Star Wars night. Is at the first two Star Wars nights.
Oh yeah, that's coming up. Yeah, that's coming up next week.
Yeah, the third.
Are you going on May the 4th?
On May the 4th, yeah. So it's Star Wars. I'm going on Star Wars Day, and then Star Wars night on the 4th. But the first Star Wars night's on the 3rd.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then next day is Doctor Strange, and also next week is the finale of Moon Knight, first season or whatever, and then Little Breathing Room, and then Star Wars Celebration, and Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
And then Ms. Marvel. Well, that's in
Marvel in June. Yeah. So we have a little breathing room there, but. Allie and Peter asking how your family is feeling.
Oh, they're fine now. Like they didn't really have. Like I think my sister just had like headache and like some cold like symptoms, but didn't last long. And then they just quarantined for the rest of the time. And they're fine. So
yeah,
all good.
Good. Well, you were able to go to Loving Moon Knight, definitely, DC. Yesterday's episode was particularly emotional, I thought. So
yeah.
You got to go to the opening night of everything.
Oh yeah. I went last Friday. I went to Disneyland. I got there around 3:00.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because like I was walking around and whatever, and I'm like, I can do some stuff. But I came back to Main Street around 4:00, and the whole Main Street was like filled. So like I was hunting around for a place to stand, or scope out a place to like stay for the parade.
Mm-hmm.
I found a lamppost right at the end of the parade route, right in front of the
Mad
is it
Hatter.
the Mad Hatter? Is it the
Yeah.
other? Is there two Mad Hatters? What's the other hat store?
Yeah, there's two Mad Hatters.
Okay, I always
Yeah.
confused. I'm like, are they both called the same thing?
Yeah.
But yeah. And I stood there around 4 o'clock till 8:30.
Man.
Then I watched the Electoral Main Street Parade. It was awesome. And then right after, like literally right after, everyone rushed Main Street and then got our spots to watch Disneyland Forever, which was an odd thing because it started out with fireworks, and then midway through it, all of a sudden, I'm like, they're really relying heavily on projections, and
Hmm.
I didn't realize for a little. It took me a little bit to realize there's no fireworks going on.
Yeah.
So I think the wind picked up, so I think they had this to nix that part of the show. But regardless, it was pretty cool show. But now I have to go and try to get footage of the full thing with footage.
Yeah. I realized that they turned off the fireworks at the end because I'm like, where's the boom, 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 boom? You know, because they always like finish it with
Finale, right?
yeah, giant finale of fireworks. But it's still, I thought it was still really great.
Yeah.
So, and a friend of mine said that she wishes that's what the show in Magic Kingdom was like. So, even without fireworks, it's better than that show. Apparently,
Really?
apparently. I mean, I would have to compare them myself, but
Yeah, I think the one thing about the Magic Kingdom is like right in front of the castle, that whole area is huge.
yeah,
This feels like very vast. Where Disneyland's obviously a little small, like a lot smaller. You're like compacted in there, so it feels like a concert.
yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah. I mean, and definitely that Friday there was a lot of energy in the parks that day because of everything was coming out that day. So like the popcorn bucket, the Elliott popcorn bucket, the turtle sipper cups, all the merchandise for the
Mm-hmm.
Main Street Parade, new foods came out, and then the three, because not only was it the Electoral Main Street Parade, but it was also the fireworks that started, and also World of Color started
Mm-hmm.
again that day.
Yeah.
I did not, because you had to do a virtual queue. You need to be there at noon to get in. But I was still at work, so I couldn't really do that. But it's
Right.
coming around, so I'll go.
Yeah.
I'll go see it. But
Very cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
fun.
Awesome.
I
All
got
right.
your
Well,
Elliot. So next time I see you,
yeah. Oh, well, have a good time building the bed for your cat. And hi, Karen. And yeah, no spoilers on Moon Knight for those who have not seen it yet. So don't spoil it for Allie. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the news because we've got a lot to go.
yes, there is.
So Disney did a lineup for the 2023-2024 at CinemaCon. CinemaCon is this convention where like theaters and things like Fandango and Adam, they all go and uh, the studios come in and basically tell them what their movies are going to be about. And so yeah, it's a very exciting convention to go to. One that I would love to go to someday. So here's the release schedule. Uh, as we know, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is coming up next week. Bob's Burgers movie is coming up. Lightyear, we've seen trailers for. Thor, Love and Thunder, we've seen a trailer for that. The Banshees, which is one of the 20th century offerings. It's an Irish drama starring Brendan Gleeson, Colin Farrell, Barry Keoghan, and Kerry Condon. Then we've got Avatar, and then that's the original Avatar
Being remastered to be
being
released.
remastered.
I think
Yes,
they said September.
yes. And then another 20th century film, Amsterdam, which is three friends, a doctor, a nurse, and an attorney. That sounds like a bad joke already. They become the prime suspects in a murder in the 1930s, starring Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, John David Washington, Rami Malek, Chris Rock, Zoe Saldana, Anya Taylor-Joy, Michael Shannon, Taylor Swift.
Swift.
Okay, Taylor Swift. It says Shift here. That's why. Taylor, Timothy Oliphant, Mike Myers, and Robert De Niro. That is a star-studded cast right there.
I've never heard of this production.
I know, me
There's
neither.
a lot of people in this movie.
It's crazy.
And it doesn't really. It's a comedy. It's a period comedy in the 1930s. So
Yeah.
even though it's like about a murder, it's a comedy about a murder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm actually curious to see what this is like because that cast is crazy.
Yeah, that one is one I definitely want to watch. I should say that I said this was 2023-24. I meant 2022-23.
Yeah, and only like the first half of 2023.
Yeah. So then we have Wakanda Forever, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. We'll talk about that a little more later. The Menu, which is a comedy. A young couple travel to a remote island to eat in an exclusive restaurant where the chef has prepared a lavish menu with some shocking surprises, starring Anya Taylor-Joy, Nicholas Holt, and Ray Fiennes. Why do I feel this is a Soylent Green thing?
I'm about to say, it's like, is this the Soylent Green remake?
Yeah, this is it.
As a comedy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a comedy. That's going to be interesting. So that sounds interesting. And then Disney is going to do Strange World, which is an animated film, and it's an original action-packed journey deep into the uncharted and treacherous land where fantastical creatures await the legendary Clades, a family of explorers whose differences threaten to topple their latest and by far most crucial mission, starring so.
I was gonna put who is starring it, but it's not set and not. It's the only name
we don't know yet.
The only name that is supposedly attached is Alan Tudyk, but then that's like
Alan Tudyk is.
It's a John Ratzenberger of the new era
of Disney.
So he could be playing like Ferret 2, and we
right. Yeah, exactly.
Because I was about to put Alan Tudyk, but I'm like, I thought about it, and I was like, wait, that just means he can be playing anything. Because he's Hey.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and then we got Avatar: The Way of Water, which is the second film. We'll be talking about that in a few minutes. Then we've got the Marvels from Marvel Studios featuring Captain Marvel, Ms. Marvel, and Monica Rambeau, who in the comics was a Captain Marvel. Then the Haunted Mansion, we'll be talking about that as well. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is coming out. The Little Mermaid, the live action film. Indiana Jones 5. And finally, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. So that is a full schedule there.
It's good to point out that, like I said, the 2023 is not full 2023. Rogue Squadron is still slated for 2023 as well.
I wonder why they didn't put it down there.
I don't know. It's like the last half of 2022 and first half of 2023.
I mean, just to think of that lineup, it's just
I mean, it's a lot.
and there's only one Pixar film and one Disney animated film on that. But you've got so many franchises.
I feel like
You got all the Marvel franchises there, Avatar, Indiana Jones.
yeah, but I feel like the Pixar and Disney Studio animated stuff. There's usually just one every year, every 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really work. I mean, they work on multiples at the same time, but because of that process, it's usually just like one a year. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be one later in 2023. I have a feeling.
Yeah, I think so.
Right, because usually they either come out in like June or like November, December. So there might be a December, November release in 2023.
Right. Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Indubitably.
All right. Well, one of the films we're going to talk about is the Haunted Mansion, because they did give a actual plot detail at CinemaCon, and the way that they describe it is the Haunted Mansion follows a doctor, played by Rosario Dawson, and her 9-year-old son, who are looking to start a new life, move into a strangely affordable mansion in New Orleans, only to discover that the place is much more than they bargained for. Desperate for help, they contact a priest, Owen Wilson, who in turn enlists the aid of a widowed scientist turned failed paranormal expert. Wow. Something Stanfield. I don't know. It's not Haley. It's some other person. And unfortunately, I should have written down the name. A French quarter psychic, Tiffany Haddish, and a crotchety historian, Danny DeVito. So at least this is fleshing out characters that are human. I was like afraid that Tiffany Haddish was going to be the new Madame Leota or Bride or something like that. And I'm hoping that they are able to still maintain, the characters, like the essence of the characters. The thing with the Eddie Murphy movie was that they had Madame Leota, but it was played by Jennifer Tilly. And I love Jennifer Tilly, don't get me wrong. I think I actually met her. She's one of the nicest people. She's so good to her fans. But she was not Madame Leota. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to think of some of the other ghosts that were in there. Anyway, the only good part of that movie was Terrence Stamp. And that's because Terrence Stamp is good in anything. Zod. So I'm hoping that they're a little more faithful to the ghosts.
That'd be nice if they, it would be nice if somehow they were able to tie this into the Explorers. Because they're doing the whole looking into this, what's it called, the sea.
Yeah, the sea. What is it?
What's it stand for?
Scientists and explorers.
Exploration, something, adventure, something.
Society of somebody. If anybody knows in the chat what we're talking about, it's like the Society of something and Explorers. No, the Society of Explorers and Adventurers.
Adventurers? Yeah.
If it's not, it would make a good title.
But it'd be cool if there was like some tie into that, and then they build out that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, can't be as bad. I got cast.
Yeah, I do. I think to be honest, it's hilarious. And Danny DeVito is always great. Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson's always
Yeah,
awesome.
she's
So
always great. So, and Owen Wilson, I like Owen Wilson too.
Lakeith Stanfield.
Oh, okay. I don't know where they were from. I feel bad, but hopefully I will find
He
out.
was in Selma.
Oh, okay, got it. All right. Next, next is Chippendale Rescue Rangers. Got a new trailer and a poster. And yeah, what did you think of the new trailer?
It's giving me Roger Rabbit vibes.
Yeah, it does, huh?
Yeah,
I love that opening. I thought it was Main Street for a minute, but then
it does look like Main Street.
yeah, it did for a second, but then there's not that turn and whatever. But I like this scene right here where they're making up the voices for what their characters should be, and just so that it's that inside joke that they have that squeaky voice just for film.
Yeah,
and
what helps me buy it, because that was the first teaser. I was like, I don't know if I can buy the voices because it just sounds so different.
Mm-hmm.
But I like how it looks like Peter Pan is like the heavy.
Right. Yeah, Peter Pan. That's funny. My favorite part though is the Jinx thing at the end. That had me laughing like for real. Yeah, the Jinx. Just because Olivia, my sister, and I do that to each other all the time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it now. I mean, it's on Disney Plus, so it's not a risk for a lot of people to watch it. I think it's going to do well. Ben and Danielle are saying I'm interested to see if they come out with more merchandise for Roger Rabbit since he is in this film. That would be awesome. I'm always for more Roger Rabbit merchandise. I just bought a pin from recently with Roger Rabbit, and you never see him on anything anymore.
I'm just sad. He's been everywhere.
Yeah.
And then they took him out of the studio tour. Or remember the first iteration of the studio tour in MGM Studios?
Yes.
Where you can stop in the warehouse and had all the Roger Rabbit.
I know, and you could go underneath the what's that steamroller?
Steamroller thingy.
Yeah. I remember that. I loved the first version of Disney MGM Studios. Like I loved that.
Yeah.
It was then when we went back later, and they had that hat in there. It was like such a shadow of what it used to be.
Yeah, if you ever got to go on the first iteration of the studio tour, like that was. I mean, I know, I get it because it was like 1 billion hours long, but
it was still fun. I had so much fun of it. I loved it.
They also mixed it up. It was like part tram tour, but then part walking tour. You got to spend time in that. The only way to get to that warehouse is through the studio tour.
Yeah, exactly.
So I never felt like it was like too long. I think they broke up really nicely.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when I was a kid, so I was a kid. You can keep my attention as a kid, then it's fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too.
Okay.
All right, let's move on. So, Avatar 2 is called Avatar: Way of the Water, and the trailer is set to premiere in front of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness next week. The new Avatar movies are much more standalone films, so you don't, I guess, have to know what happened in the first film, even though they were releasing it. The original Avatar is being remastered for theatrical re-release in September. And I rewatched Avatar not too long ago, and I have to say I like Avatar. I do. I think it gets a bum rap sometimes, especially when something so big happens. But I enjoy watching it, so I'm really looking forward to what the next few films are.
Yeah.
Like at first I was not, because it was just kind of like out of nowhere they were taking Avatar. It's like it wasn't like Avatar was Star Wars where you could have a 20-year gap and everybody would be excited for it. It was Avatar,
Yeah.
just this one standalone film, and then all of a sudden they said we're making 5 sequels, and it's like what?
I think that's the whole thing. It's like I never hated that movie. I liked it. I just
Yeah,
thought it was overhyped. Like,
yeah, that's exactly it.
I mean, the biggest thing it did is it made 3D movies, less gimmicky,
Hmm.
right? So, like James Cameron, kind of like George Lucas, they like pushing boundaries of technology.
Right.
So in that respect, they win. But the story was just okay. It wasn't like, and it's not. It's. I mean, like, I wasn't a kid when I saw it. I don't know a lot of kids who are like, I want to be a blue Thundercat.
Hmm.
And do that kind of stuff. So it wasn't like it inspired a lot of stuff. Where Star Wars inspired a generation, you know,
Yeah, for sure.
and it could also be the times. Like, Star Wars, for what it is, also came out at the perfect time.
Hmm.
Nowadays, when Avatar came out, we've already seen dinosaurs. We've already seen, so it's like younger audiences already grew up seeing things that we never saw as kids, that we never thought was
Yeah,
possible.
definitely.
So it could be that. But yeah, it's like one of those things like, wow, they're really quadrupling down on Avatar, a movie
Hmm.
that for me it was like a one and done. I never really sought out to go like, I need to see this over and over again.
Yeah,
So I don't
yeah,
know. I
right.
mean, like, well, hey, I love the Avatar area in Animal Kingdom. I think it's amazing looking, and
Yeah,
ride,
one day I'm going to see it.
the
I,
Flight of
I,
Passage ride is amazing.
I know. That's the one I really want. I really want to go to that. And I know that you didn't necessarily care for it that much, but I really do want to go on the river
It's not
navigate
that I didn't care.
wherever
It's like this is a very long wait for that ride. And I'm like, I
you
don't know if it justifies it.
go. Yeah. Hopefully there won't be a long line. Hi, Christine. Thank you for coming, and happy birthday to your husband.
Happy birthday!
Yay! Um, all right. Ryan Last Dragon director Carlos Lopez Estrada has left Walt Disney Animation Studios. And he's slated to direct the live action Robin Hood that they're doing. And, there's a question as to whether he'll be returning for that or not. I don't think he was not fired or anything. He's left on his own volition. And Walt Disney Animation Studios is different. I mean, like you have the studios and the animation studios. So what he does with the animation with at animation studios and not working there every day would be different from him working as a director at the studios. So I think that's not going to impact him.
Hmm.
What do you think?
I don't know enough about how that all works.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it doesn't sound like there was anything bad. So, like just shuffling. Uh,
Yeah, I had a lot of friends that worked at Disney,
yeah.
and they left, one after the other, which is sad because now I don't have a way to get on into the studios. So, if anybody wants to work for animation studios, let me know so that I can ask if I can do. Totally kidding, sorta,
50-50.
kinda. Love Victor is going to stream its third and final season on Disney Plus, which is great because there was a whole controversy. Love Victor was supposed to originally be for Disney Plus, but for some
Went to Hulu.
reason, huh?
Went to Hulu, right?
Yeah, went to Hulu. I guess it was like because it was, dealt with, um,
Uh,
sexual orientation and things like that. That they didn't want to put it on Disney Plus, and ever since all this stuff with Florida and things coming out that Disney has tried to censor Pixar on gay characters and things like that. That they are, I think hopefully they're finally seeing the light. That because Love Victor, you watch the show, it's a very innocent show to me, at least.
right.
I don't know about other people, but it's not like lascivious or anything like that. And I really enjoy it, and so I hope that they bring the other two seasons on to Disney Plus as well.
I mean, they should. This makes it easier for people to watch.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
progress.
Yep, progress for sure. Okay, so I'm going to totally.
Yeah, but I was worried about it. I was going to see if you can do this. I can't.
Utkarsh Ambudkar. Utkarsh Ambudkar's rap musical for Disney Plus lands a director in Roja Stati. And so apparently he's known for his rap, and they wanted to let him have a musical on Disney Plus. And Disney Plus has been doing a lot of like musical things on their show. I don't know, on their streaming service. That's very different, and I think it's very cool that they're doing that. And I think a lot. I mean, forgive me if I'm wrong, but this sounds like it will be more South Asian, and so maybe a little more Bollywood rap. If again, I'm just like going by names, but I would really love that. They do have a Bollywood musical thing on Disney Plus right now. I forget the name of it, but I really enjoyed that as well. It was like more like a dance movie. It was more a dance movie.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. I think that they really do kind of they're trying to find more audiences left and right, which is great. Like I've seen some things on there like Japanese, J-pop stars talking about their careers. And it's like, you have to find it, but it's interesting to watch some of these things. Yeah.
What's funny is like I use a VPN for stuff, right? Because firstly, a lot of it's mostly for security and stuff. Because I do, if I work from home, so I just need to make sure that all my connections are secure and privacy and all that kind of stuff. But
yeah.
I keep forgetting that I could use the VPN on my TV. So I did it, and I put myself to like Europe, and so I get the Star channel on my Disney Plus.
Oh,
and
nice.
It's weird because I thought it used to be Hulu stuff, but it's not, because there's some stuff on other channels on there as well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice because like there's a lot of stuff on there that now I don't have to go to Hulu for. It's
right.
Disney Plus channel. Then some of it is also from Apple TV. So I'm like, this is awesome.
That's
but
cool.
but yeah, but then if you set like for like France, then you also get like French stuff on like my Netflix also has like French stuff, and so does Disney Plus. Like had French, like Star gives you like French movies. So if you play around the different regions, you probably get like that region's kind of stuff as well. So it's very interesting.
I want to do South Korea so that I can watch my K dramas.
I'm sure it's there.
I'm telling you, K dramas are awesome. All right. Disney has announced Encanto, the sing along film concert tour. And they are going to different cities, not, some of your typical cities. Like they're not coming to LA or San Francisco, but they are coming to Concord and El Cajon in California.
Huh.
Not El Cajon. Wait, yeah, El Cajon. So those are the closest to the kind of two major cities in California that are coming, and I almost want to see it. I
Like,
love the music to Encanto.
What is it exactly?
So basically, they're going to run the movie,
Okay,
but there's going to be a live band that is going to perform the music, and it'll be people can sing along, and all that jazz.
That's fun.
Yeah, I think that'll be a lot of fun. So there's part of me that is like considering going to Concord for like a overnight to watch.
That's north, right? That's
yeah, north. I used to work in Concord when I worked up there, and it's close. It's close to San Ramon.
Yeah, because I remember Concord because I met you for lunch when we were out there, and that's the day you convinced me to move to Southern California.
See, look at that, Concord. Yes,
Concord.
Extreme Aid. All right, and the final in this first segment, which is the Disney movies and television, Hulu has gained the streaming rights to one of my favorite comedies, Schitt's Creek. I am going to watch the heck out of the show. I love the show so much.
Episode.
Huh?
I've only seen one episode.
Oh my god, it is the best comedy ever.
Well, yeah, when I watched it, I was like, "This is awesome," but it's in the middle. I don't know what season, but it's like because I was at my sister's house and they're watching it. And I'm like, "Well, I gotta watch it," but again, I don't have a lot of time, so it's one of those things around the back of my head I need to watch at some point.
Yeah.
What channel?
And Danielle says that they love it too.
What channel was it on?
It was on Pop.
All right.
Pop is like they tried to. That was their first big show. That's kind of what put Pop on the map. Originally, Pop I think was doing a Nick at Night kind of thing where it was running like old school stuff, and then they had Schitt's Creek, and then they eventually took over One Day at a Time, the remake series, which is also another excellent series, by the way. Really, really good. Yeah, watch on Netflix. Now you can watch it on Hulu. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot. It's a lot of fun. I definitely recommend watching it. The first couple episodes are a little bit slow, where you're like, "Why are these people so awful?" And then, as it goes along, it just gets funnier. So, all right, let's jump into Disney Parks news. So we'll start with the Disneyland Resort because that has the most news that I've seen. Uh, so Paradise Pier Hotel, which has had the theming of Paradise Pier in California Adventure, is now going to be updated to Pixar because Paradise Pier in California Adventure is now Pixar Pier. The great thing is that they are building a bridge directly from the hotel to California Adventure, so guests can just cross that bridge. The one awful thing about staying at Paradise Pier Hotel was that it was the farthest away, and you have to like literally
You have to
walk
go.
past. Yeah, you have to walk past Disneyland Hotel, through downtown Disney, past the Grand Californian, and then you're there. So this will be a kind of neat way, and I'm wondering how big is that bridge going to be? Because first of all, they said that did they say that they have already started building this bridge? I can't
No,
remember.
no, I don't think so.
Okay, okay. Uh, because they're going to have to build a bridge eventually, enough to support enough people to go into where Simba parking lot was. That will be the overflow for California Adventure over there when they do the what is the name of that initiative again? Disneyland Forever.
Yeah, Disneyland Forward,
You what?
Disneyland Forward, or
Forward. That,
something like that. Yeah.
yeah. So wow, that's awesome.
I'm trying to
I
figure
am.
out like where the bridge
The
would be.
bridge is gonna go. It's gonna go over Magic Way.
So this is Paradise Pier.
Yeah. So it's
So
gonna go over that.
like I'm trying to think like what's here. This is Paradise, or this is Pixar Pier.
They have the parade doors over
That
there.
that's what I was thinking. That door, like, okay,
So
good.
I'm gonna assume that they're going to lose part of backstage and bring
Yeah.
the bridge over there. That's
That's
what I'm thinking.
it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and now I want to stay there once they get it all done.
Oh, I'm sure once that opens, that's gonna be a
That's going to be a popular one. Yeah,
popular one, which means prices.
I know that, and that was the budget hotel.
Yeah, that's the budget hotel.
Yeah, which I'm like every time that I look to see if I could stay there sometime, I'm like, what? It's like over like $200 a night.
It's expensive.
uh, yeah.
But like there's something cool about like especially if you say the Grand Californian
Mm-hmm.
being able to just wake up and go from the hotel directly into California Adventure.
Yeah, that's really fun.
That's really nice. Like it's
Yeah.
like I don't think that any of the other ones, even at Walt Disney World, are that close.
Yeah, I don't think that there's anything that's shared.
Like what's the
chime,
one?
chime in the chat if there is a hotel that borders where you can enter one of the parks from the hotel itself
Like you go out the door, you're in the
and
park.
and you're in the park.
Because I know you can walk to like Epcot from I can't remember which hotels.
Yeah, there's a bunch of hotels around Epcot.
Right.
In that like boardwalk, the beach
Like
and yacht club.
they're like walking distance, which means it's still not.
Yeah, they're not like right connected.
Yeah.
But they're walking distance, and they have that alternate boat.
Yeah, but I mean, like this world also has a more extensive transportation system than we do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then we don't really need it because everything is
right there.
right there. Like
Yeah,
that's the cool thing about Disneyland is that everything's connected,
I
basically.
know. I remember there was this one time that I was with people who were used to going to Walt Disney World,
Yeah.
and we're like in Disneyland, and we're like, okay, why don't we go over to California Adventure? And they're like, okay, and we exit the park, and they're like, okay, so how do we get there? And we were like, it's right there, it's right in
It's
front of you.
200 steps in front of you.
Yeah, 200 steps in front of you. Yeah, or it's probably more than 200 steps, but still, nonetheless.
It's one of those things like I don't like, especially for people who go from here to Florida, because we can
Yeah.
park hop simply, and then getting a park hopper in Florida, I'm like, after a while, I'm like, I don't know if it's worth it because like it takes so long to get to another park. That's like time waste. So I'd rather just one park a day and just concentrate on that.
Although, I see a lot of people, videos of people who go to they're Walt Disney World people, and it's like second nature. They're like, okay, because they have to, like, take for instance, they want to go to Animal Kingdom, but that's sold out. So then they have to like get a ticket to Epcot. I don't know what, or maybe it's the other way around. And so then they just do that, So where they're originally wanting to go to Epcot, but they get the thing at Animal Kingdom.
Right. But I mean, like, that makes sense if that's your parks. But if you're visiting and you want to maximize your time,
then it doesn't make any sense.
That like hour just getting to whatever transportation thing, then transferring. Even if you drive, it's still, you gotta go to the parking lot, get in your car, go to the other place, park. Or you can just spend that time waiting in a line for a ride.
Yeah.
That's why park hopper is for if it's, you only get a limited amount of time there. Kind of makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so moving on, extra magic hours are returning to Disneyland Resort hotel guests. So yay! That's nice. That's a nice perk for everybody to have.
Yeah, because Florida has started that already, right? Again,
I can't tell you. I think I want to say yes. I want to say like they never stopped it. So because they've been operating for a while, just like in a different kind of system, but so
you have extra magic hours here. It's also really nice, especially again if you stay at California Adventure or at Grand Californian, and you get the extra like hours either in the beginning of the day or late in the day or late at night. It's really nice.
Yeah. Hi, Paul's Attractions and Adventures. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Nice to have you here.
Welcome.
What was I getting at? I forgot.
We were on extra magic hours.
Yeah, magic hours. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about it. I just,
it's a nice thing to bring back.
It's a nice thing to have. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, America Chavez and Scarlet Witch, also I heard, are expected to appear for a limited time at Avengers Campus. Now, I know that on Disney Parks blog, they had a whole thing with. My God!
I listened to her say her name, and she said this is so fast. I still can't get it.
It's like Zokshi.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But anyways, I'm really liking her. Like, I think she's great. She came on they're having this whole halfway to Halloween thing,
Mhm.
So they said that as part of that celebration, they're bringing her in. It said also limited time in May. I'm not going back until June, of course. So I'm hoping she's going to be so popular that
I
they're
don't
going
get.
to, huh?
I don't get why they have the limit so short. Like
I don't get it either.
when we get Loki all the time, and we get it.
Mhm.
Cool, Loki. But like I've never seen Shang-Chi. I haven't seen I rarely see Black Panther now. So it's like there's other people plays Loki.
Yeah, I
Loki,
know.
it's like Loki's the Wolverine. Well, he's in everything.
He is, yeah, he's a Wolverine of the MCU. Really, is. Paul, you just reminded me of another story that I wanted to talk about. So I'll get to that when when we get there. I mean, um, so yeah, and I'm super excited for Scarlet Witch. I'm just hoping that they're so eh, popular. Like Raya. Raya was supposed to be Lunar New Year. She's still there.
Yeah.
And because she has like all these long lines. So I'm hoping that Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness will be so popular that they will have him. Have them.
They're bringing that No Way Home money.
Yeah, No Way Home.
So.
Like Moon Knight. You know, when I was there, I was waiting, and I just had my camera tipped up, and my vision's really bad. And all of a sudden, people just started screaming, and that's when I realized Moon Knight had come out. So thankfully, I have my camera up there,
Nice.
pointing in the right direction. But yeah, people went crazy. They go crazy for Moon Knight, the Mark Spector version, and Moon Knight, Mr. Knight, the Stephen Grant version. Um, so I think that it's really like I hope that they keep them out for a while. I mean, they're characters that can be out at night,
Yeah.
and yeah,
They pop at night with the eyes,
right,
and now they
exactly.
can walk around because
Yeah, that's what
they no
I'm
longer
hoping.
they don't have to be stuck on the roof of the Avengers building.
That's what I'm loving about the pictures that I've seen since they started the meet and greets again. Is
Yeah.
that like Ant-Man and the Wasp walking around with the model of the Flick's Fun Fair,
Yeah.
and just characters just walking around or in places that we didn't normally see them. It just gives the place more life, I think.
Oh my god! When I was there last week, and like any of the characters came, like even Mickey, Minnie, Goofy. Oh, like it sounded like the Beatles were walking out. It's like
Yeah,
everyone went crazy when they came out.
yeah,
It was awesome.
yeah. It was yeah, people. If I were there, I would be crying. I literally would be crying. So
What?
I know, it's hard to believe,
I can't believe.
but anyway. All right, so new restaurants are coming to downtown Disney at the Disneyland Resort. Din Tai Fung, which I'm very excited about because I've never been there,
Oh my
and
god!
I know, I'm like I've never been to Din Tai Fung. It's supposed to be the best soup noodles in,
Soup dumplings.
soup dumplings, and I cannot wait to try them. I'm excited.
Makes me wonder because every time we go to the one in Santa Ana, there's a long line. So I'm like wondering.
Yeah, so I don't know, but
One thing about Disney is that at least there's like a paywall.
right,
You have
you have to pay to
for parking.
go to downtown Disney now.
Right. I mean, it's like any kind of place with a parking lot, we get to pay. But if you go to Din Tai Fung, then you get like 2 hours, and if you get balloted, you have 2 hours free.
Right.
right? So that's something. But yeah,
I
I'm
will wait.
excited because it's good, and now it's closer.
Yeah, now it's closer. That's awesome.
And it's one of the things, like the one we go to is in a mall. I'm not much of a mall person, so
Hmm.
they're like, it's a 2-hour wait. I'm like, ugh.
Right. I
Those
know. Yeah. Who wants it when you can be sitting in downtown Disney and waiting?
yeah, or if
You
I
don't have to be sitting in a mall.
get a reservation, I can just hang out at go down to either DCA or Disneyland for a little bit, and then go back.
Did I lose us?
You were frozen for like a second.
Okay. Sorry. I was like, I didn't see. What was? It was like the spinning wheels of death
Yes.
on my screen. So.
Yeah.
All right, so Katal and Uva Bar, which is in the middle of downtown Disney at Disneyland Resort, is being taken over by Paseo and Centrico, which are supposed to be Mexican themed, which is weird because Tortilla Joe's is literally within sight vision of it.
Yeah.
Um,
I thought that was weird too.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's going to be more upscale. I'm going to say,
It is a more upscale. Like the ones like Uva Bar and Katal are a little more upscale.
yeah, more upscale. So because everybody loves Tortilla Joe, so I don't think and it's got a fairly faithful following. Like all the groups, like Best Life and Beyond and Fresh Baked and all those, they love eating. So, they're not going to lose customers, I'm sure.
Yeah, Katal.
But
It was kind of expensive compared to
mhm,
everywhere else. So you had to like really, really want to eat there. But the biggest thing about that point was the Uva Bar, right?
yes,
So as long as I keep some kind of bar in the middle,
right,
it's fine.
exactly.
And if they offer as long as their menus way different than Tortilla Joe's,
Hmm.
then
Yeah,
sure.
as long as it's different. Hi, Parks Ballot, and yay, yes, Good Day Fun. Let's all go meet there.
It's amazing.
It's
It's amazing.
amazing. All
Not only
right,
fun.
remodel of Ralph Brennan's Jazz Kitchen is coming. It's going to incorporate vibrant California energy and fresh approach to the menu while staying true to the heart of New Orleans. As long as I can continue to get my gumbo there on a cold day, I will be happy. Concept art shows the Jazz Kitchen Express renamed to Beignets Express. Okay.
Like
I mean, it's a name.
like the concept. I know this is concept art for it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just looks.
It looks very plain, and
Yeah.
I like Jazz Kitchen
It
for
looks
its
like,
style. Yeah, it
it looks
looked
like
very New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yeah,
Um,
this is not a step up for me.
no. Like if they want to redo their menu and do whatever. But
Yeah,
like there was there's no alligator.
I know. Yeah, there needs to be an
No
alligator.
alligator playing instruments in the
That
front.
needs to be up front there.
I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know if they're trying to go and make everything look like it's a mall.
I think they're trying to take away that kind of like 1990s, early 2000s look that um, downtown Disney has. That's what I'm assuming. So
Hearts Palace. For a second, I thought it was a Chick-fil-A.
it does look like a Chick-fil-A. Oh my god.
I cannot unsee it.
Yes, you can't see it.
Better replace the alligator with a cow.
Right. Yeah.
Eat
More chicken.
chicken.
All right. Here's the most exciting part of this news for me. and that is Earl of Sandwich will return as a walk-up. I, you don't understand. I never eat sandwiches,
Me
and
too.
I don't. Like if Earl of Sandwich were not at Disneyland, I probably wouldn't go eat there. But when it was at Disneyland, it was like my tradition. I had to get an Earl of sandwich. And when they closed it, it made me sad. I went over there to that side of downtown Disney, and those buildings are gone. Like the AMC, the old AMC, and the Starbucks, and the
Yeah.
Earl of Sandwich. So I was so sad, and now hearing that it's going to return its walk up, I am for it. They need affordable eateries there. That's the
Yeah.
thing. And Earl of Sandwich was one of those great places where you could eat affordably.
Agreed.
No, Park Palette. It's Earl of Sandwich is magical. We were so on point with Din Tai Fung and Chick-fil-A.
Well, there
Maybe
you go.
because I don't eat sandwiches either. All right. Okay, let's move on to Walt Disney World news. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind will feature Terry Crews as a part of the Nova Corps. He's going to be a like confidant to Nova Prime, which leads me to, since they say Nova Prime was Glenn Close. Is she going to be in this ride?
Does this
That's
take
an interesting question. Huh?
now, or does this take place before Thanos?
Well, yeah, that's a question. I don't know.
Because I was under the impression that everyone on
Xandar.
or including Nova Prime, unless she wasn't there. Like I can understand like some of the Nova Corps not being there until they survived.
Yeah.
But so that's what
I
I'm
mean,
hearing.
there's a new
Or there's
Nova
a new
Prime.
one.
Yeah. I don't know.
It would be kind of cool if they're like, and Glenn Close is reprising her role as Nova Prime for Cosmic Rewind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah. Have you seen the footage of it? The ride?
Yeah, I did. It looks fun. A friend of mine who's a cast member over at Walt Disney World, he said that he had written it, and it was kind of like there's a roller coaster in Disneyland Paris or the Walt Disney Studios park that's called Crush's Coaster, which kind of spins. It's a roller coaster that spins. So he says it's like that with big screens, and it's super fun.
It looks cool.
He said it was super fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to riding that ride someday. I may have to take a Dramamine. Who knows? Yeah, the vehicles are really cool.
I was hoping to go this year, but I don't think I can fit it in. So maybe next.
God, I wish.
I'll try.
So Paul reminded me that you can start buying Walt Disney World Halloween tickets, the not so scary Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party for next month, and so that they did a little clip of the Sanderson sisters. I have not seen the show with the Sanderson sisters, and I really want to see.
Really good. I like it.
Yeah, I really want to see it. But they released for cruise lines only, and this I think is cruel. They featured Minnie, Daisy, and Clarabelle Cow as the Sanderson sisters. They are going to be dressed as the Sanderson sisters. So Minnie is Winifred, Daisy Sarah, and Clarabelle's Mary. I'm like, I was telling everybody today, I would literally die I would like die. Bye, Ben and Danielle. Thanks for coming.
Have a good night.
I would literally like drop dead and die if I saw them.
Beer.
So somebody needs to take me on a cruise. That's all I ask. I mean, is that too much to ask for?
I mean, they can do the cruise thing over on the East Coast, but here they should bring them out.
Right.
Put them up in, even if it's in the Boo Bash here.
Mm-hmm.
It's Boo Bash here. Put them up in Villains Grove.
Yeah.
Or something.
I'm for it.
Let's start a petition.
I want to do it. Change.org.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, the final piece of Disney park news that I have is Tokyo Disney Resort, Space Mountain at Tokyo Disneyland is going to be closing in 2024, and it's just going to get a whole new facelift, like inside and out, from what I heard, and it's set for 2027. I had a chance to ride it back in 2013. And it was super fun, but it was basically the same thing as Disneyland.
Disneyland
or Disneyland, not Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's basically the same ride system. So it'll be interesting to see what they come up with. They are like really investing so much money into their new Fantasyland, their new Tomorrowland.
Makes you wonder, when is Disneyland's Tomorrowland going to get some? I know it'll upset the balance and whatever, but I am all for shutting down Tomorrowland to give it a whole new thing. Like
you mean like a whole new land, or you mean
a
whole new?
The way they're talking about redoing Tokyo, like just redoing.
Oh yeah, but you mean it'll still be Tomorrowland?
Yeah, but like giving it a much needed love.
They did it before. Why can't they do it again?
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm saying.
Yeah, I would just like them to go retro. I just go retro. Use Space Mountain as a guide, and make everything look like that.
Like, this is cool. Like this concept art of whatever.
Yeah, that looks really neat.
It still looks like Space Mountain, just newer.
Yeah, it's really cool at in Shanghai, and I think it's going to give this in at Magic Kingdom once it opens. But that Tron coaster really makes things look futuristic.
Yeah,
like it looks like so cool. At night, you can just stare at it all night long, and it's so cool looking.
Oh man, I can't wait to go on a Tron ride.
Yeah, you are gonna love it. I know you're gonna love it. So
can't wait.
Yeah,
probably 2023. 2023, we'll do this.
Exactly. All right. So Lucasfilm news: Charles Soule, who is the writer of Light of the Jedi and Darth Vader comic series, has been promoted to creative consultant for Lucasfilm. What a career this guy has had. He started off as a lawyer.
Yeah. And
then Marvel had him start writing comics. Like, he wrote She-Hulk for a while, and some of the other like legal comics. And then he started writing these Star Wars comics, and now he's like creative consultant for Lucasfilm.
He's kind of like for like publishing, like the books, the novels and stuff right now with the whole High Republic initiative going on. Like he's like the Dave Filoni almost of that. Like he's not like Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni kind of does. He's like the guy, but I feel like Charles Soule is like the one. He's like the
publishing guy.
He's like the spearhead of that whole group.
Yeah.
So I was excited that he got promoted to like this official, not just I'm a writer on some of the books. Now I'm actually part of Lucasfilm as a consultant, which means
Mhm.
to me it screams like, it's not publishing consultant, it's a Lucasfilm creative consultant. So I'm hoping some of his ideas and maybe things from that world make their way to live action,
Yeah,
and that would be super amazing.
it would
'Cause
be.
we know we're getting the Acolyte. The Acolyte's supposed to be, but like the tail end of the High Republic. But I think there's so many things you can explore before then. Like way before, or even he can do the stuff way after the Skywalker saga, right? Uh,
Mhm.
and it's a whole different kind of like the High Republic version of the Jedi is such a different feeling to the Jedi we know from the prequel era and stuff. So it'd be cool to see like when you watch A New Hope for the first time when you're a kid or whatever, and they talk about the knights of the Jedi Order. You picture like because your concept of knights is like chivalry, medieval times, but like in space. And we really didn't get that. We got a bunch of monks who sat around judging Anakin and then fighting bugs and stuff. I think we lost Loren. No. Or he's staring. Oh, we lost him. Anyway, we'll give Loren a little bit to get back. Um, but anyway, yeah. So hopefully he can bring um some of the High Republic or like a new kind of vision for Star Wars and stuff to live action, because I think that world needs some love from the casual fans.
Sorry,
Oh,
my our Wi-Fi just went out.
oh,
Yeah, it
that's
just
cool.
went out for a second. All right, what was so you finished?
Oh yeah, I finished up my spiel
Okay,
about Charles Soule.
nice. All right, so there were some fun thoughts from you and McGregor circular, circulating around publications. And so I thought I'd pull up some fun ones here. Um, so when he was talking about, uh, let's see, oh, he was talking about coming back, and he says it was nice to come back and to bridge the gap between me and Alec Guinness. I got so much more, so much, I got as much or more out of playing him this time than I did the first time in the first three movies put together. That's to do with the
Nice.
writing and the people we were making the series with and the technology and how different everything is. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, like
And
the thing about Ewan McGregor, he was always, like some of the Star Wars actors kind of distance themselves from it.
yeah,
Um, I feel like Natalie Portman did. Um, Oscar
Kristen,
Isaac,
Hayden Christensen.
Hayden Christensen, definitely Jake Lloyd, and even like the sequels, so like Oscar, John Boyega.
Yeah,
Like Ewan always seemed to be the one to be like, yeah, I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi.
yeah,
You know, so it's nice to see that he's having a
time with it.
good time with it.
Yeah, he said when he put on the robes, he says, "Here I go again." It's like me knocking at Disney's door again. The fun quote that he had was when he was finally got to see Vader
Oh yeah,
uh, filming the scenes, and he said, "I had rehearsed the scenes with Vader, but not with the helmet on or anything like that." When we came to the scene, when they shouted action, he had to come from behind me. I turned around and expletive Darth Vader was coming at me. It was like I was six again. I never acted into Vader's helmet. I never looked into him into the eye. It scared the expletive out of me. I thought that was really fun. That was really fun. That was the one quote that made me decide to put this in here
Yeah,
because I just thought that was a really fun
nice.
thing. So
I'm
yeah,
hoping because like if he's having fun and he's enjoying it, usually that comes across in the
hmm
product. So I'm hoping, you know, I honestly do not know what to expect from this series, but the way he talks about it and Deborah Chow talks about it, it should be a fun ride. So
I think it will be
I can't wait
because
to have it.
Ewan McGregor, like you said, was the best part of
Oh,
the
hands down,
prequel trilogy.
he is like he's Obi-Wan to me.
Yeah,
Like yeah, oh Alec Guinness, but like at this point now in the whole thing, Obi-Wan's been part of like this version of Obi-Wan and younger has been in more stuff that I've seen than the
hmm
Alec Guinness version. Obviously, you know Alec Guinness is like original trilogy Obi-Wan, hands down. But like,
hmm
you know, a lot of the development of his character and his backstory is based off of Ewan's portrayal of him. So even like James Arnold Taylor doing him in an animated form definitely takes his cues from how Ewan portrayed Obi-Wan. So yeah, I'm just looking for it. I can't wait till Celebration, and then this would have aired already. The first two episodes will air during Celebration, and
wow,
that day, I think, is the 20th anniversary panel for Attack of the Clones. So, you know, Ewan and Hayden are going to be there.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm still hoping like Padme shows up or like Natalie Portman shows up because if she made up with like Disney or Marvel, she can make out Star Wars. It's been a long time,
right.
you know.
I think so. I think you're right.
Even Mark Hamill had his thing against Star Wars for a little bit, and then he came back to it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Although there was never I don't think there was ever a like clap back at him. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
he was
But I
always
mean,
Luke
like,
Skywalker.
right? But like, they kind of like, I think Carrie was the only one who was like, "I am Princess Leia," whatever. Like, you know, like Harrison Ford
hmm
and Mark Hamill to a point because like Mark Hamill felt at some point, you know, he was a little typecast and whatever. So it took him a little bit of time to fully embrace being part of the Star Wars, you
Yeah,
know,
true.
and enjoying the fandom and stuff like that. Where it's, you know, you and I think Carrie definitely were just like, I'm in no matter what.
hmm
Like Eunice is another one, like Chewbacca, the guy who plays Chewbacca, the new Chewbacca,
Yeah,
or even like Billy D. Williams, definitely Anthony Daniels.
right.
Yeah, so
Well, since we started talking about it, we're going to talk about Star Wars Celebration panels. Includes Attack of the Clones, 20th century. 20th anniversary. We've got the Hasbro panel. We've got Disney parks. That'll be interesting. You got to go to that.
yeah,
35 years of Star Tours.
I want to see that
That's
too.
another one. Yeah, that's yeah. You definitely have to go to some of these. Tales of the Jedi, which is listed as a new animated anthology series. So those should all look really fun. I wish that I could go, but
Yeah,
I couldn't afford to
there's a
go.
there's a lot more. Those are the kind of big ones.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about. Like, obviously, there's going to be the big the big opening one, which is supposed to have like all the live action stuff, and then you know the Mandalorian slash Book of Boba Fett panel with Dave
hmm
Filoni and John Favreau, and the 20th anniversary. Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff, but like I'm like the Tales of the Jedi was a rumor for a while, but now it's a panel, so it's an anthology. And I'm wondering because there was a comic series called Tales of the Jedi, and they were like
Yeah.
little one shots, right? They weren't like an ongoing story, but it told stories throughout different eras of the Jedi.
Hmm.
So I'm wondering if they're going to take some of those and animate it, or they're just making the new canon for those things.
I don't know.
I'm curious.
That'll be yeah. If you could get to that one, definitely let us know.
I like
We definitely want a full
it's
reportage.
all like lottery / virtual queue. So luck of the draw.
I hate that.
I don't, because now I don't have to line up. But I mean, like, one, I don't have to line up, but at the same time, then, and like, people have gotten so crazy about lining up that it's almost not worth it to even try, because
That's true.
I'm not young enough anymore to hang out outside.
I know. Remember when we got there that one time?
And that was crazy. But people will start lining up even longer. Like the line.
We weren't at the beginning.
Yeah, like the lines at Hall H and San Diego Comic-Con have gone crazy. We used to just get there early. People are waiting like days, and like they had like tents.
I can't do that.
I can't do that anymore. Like I am me just waiting in front of the Mad Hatter for 4 hours. I was like, I can't. Like, that's when I realized, no, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do this. Like I am not 10 years younger than me. Don't get old, kids. That's the moral.
Don't get old. That's the message that we impart to you tonight. Don't get old.
Take care of yourself.
Yes. Yeah. That one I will definitely tell people about. I am a cautionary tale of not taking care of yourself. And now I'm still. Anyway. All right, before I get depressed, let's talk about Loki composer Natalie Holt is going to be scoring Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think that's an excellent choice.
Yes.
I think that she brought such a cool style and energy to Loki's score. I remember it, and so if she can do the same with Obi-Wan, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I am looking forward to hearing what she does with it. A lot of fans will just be like, we can't accept anything but John Williams, but I'm like, come on. One, John Williams is up there. Like, he's done a lot of cool stuff. But Star Wars, especially if it's not the saga anymore, like the saga was John Williams, right?
Yes.
Everything else, I'm like, can you imagine The Mandalorian with a more symphonic score?
Yeah, I mean,
not Ludwig's score.
Ludwig Göransson's score to that is iconic now.
Yeah, that little recorder sound.
So interesting. Yeah, and she has that kind of same interesting vibe. Like I remember her using like that kind of, I don't know what you call that thing. That you know what I'm talking about? Like a vibrating.
Oh my god! I know the name of it. I know the name of it.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
It's a Star Trek thing.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever it was. Yeah, the Star Trek instrument.
It's what Sheldon also knows how to play in. Oh my god! Now I gotta look it up.
Anyway, she definitely go back and listen to Loki's score if you really want to get a good
Theremin.
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 Okay, I would never have gotten that one.
I was like, it's driving me nuts.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Let us move on to. There's a rumor that Andor season 2 is already in development and gearing up for a November start. So
that makes.
It does make sense. It does make sense if they're going to do a second season.
I'm assuming then that means if Andor is in November It runs for 8 weeks. Then we begin maybe the year 2023 with Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah.
Unless they move it up. Unless they move Mandalorian up, but I don't know if they're. Have they filmed it yet? I don't even know where they are with it. But yeah. So which is fine, I think. I mean, any Star Wars I'm good with. So whenever they want to give it to me, go ahead.
Exactly. Okay, so now let's move on to Marvel news. So Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness comes out next week, and they are giving it to us already.
I swear.
So
there's like a TV spot, news TV spot every day. I can't keep up with what's going on.
I know there's like a new one, and recently we got to see the twins, and then in a new spot they actually use the I word, and that word is Illuminati.
Ice Cube.
We hear Mordo say, "Stephen, the Illuminati will see you now." In our
I mean, we kind of knew. I mean, we assumed and we guessed and we prayed.
Yes.
To hear the word in a Marvel something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God. It's one of those things. Like if they said, if they said something like, let's go to the Baxter building, or let's talk about Starjammers, or they talk about the Morlocks. It's one of those things like, oh my God, that's like part of Marvel, like part of Marvel. Right?
Marvel lore, and but not only that, we got to see the Living Tribunal. What do you say?
Living Tribunal? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is it's amazing how the crazy concepts of Marvel keep creeping into our world. And this is one of the craziest ones. It's one of the eldest beings in the universe who has 3 heads that judge you. And I can't remember what they're something, necessity, and revenge. Those are the 3 heads. And so, we're going to be seeing them.
They were mentioned in the first Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Really briefly.
They were like, Mordo had the staff of the Living Tribunal.
Yeah.
So,
however long ago the first movie came out, which is crazy because it's probably like 6, 7 years ago now. Just them saying it, you're like, cool.
Yeah, it was like back then. It was like, oh, that's cool. They just threw that in there. That's probably the only thing we'll ever get. Yeah.
No. There it is on screen. Huge 3. Well, I think I only saw 2 heads.
Yeah, I think.
Well, I mean, it's such a quick shot.
Right.
Maybe in the movie, you'll get all of them, but like you could clearly see at least 2 heads.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. Then a new short came out, very quick short, and if you blink, you'll miss it all. But there is a short. No, I'm not talking about this part yet.
No.
I'm talking about the one with the penis. Should I talk about that, or should I?
I mean,
I've already brought it up.
Right.
If whoever's still out there will be feel like they're being cheated. So anyway, this has spoilers in it, so don't come at me. Close your eyes for a few minutes. I mean, close your ears for a few minutes.
And
So we got a confirmation of Captain Marvel. We have a confirmation of Captain Carter. Yes, from the What If series, people. So for those of you who naysayed that series, you better go watch it because it's gonna leak into Multiverse of Madness. And most importantly, we got to see a yellow hover car chair. Bum bum bum.
Boop.
Let's see it.
Don't blink. There.
There. It's so awesome.
But
there's Captain Carter.
Yeah.
It's still so cool. Even if that's all I get, that's still cool. But right. They have to be giving some kind of context to why she's there fighting her. So, yeah, exciting. They've already shown the first 20 minutes at CinemaCon. And Marvel also released a 1-minute clip of Doctor Strange battling Gargantos and giving us a taste of Danny Elfman's score. I just love like how Benedict Cumberbatch commits to the hand,
the motion, and like
the motions of the hand. Yeah, see, look at this. It just he makes it just look like it's just so natural, and it's just so cool. There's America Chavez, who's going to be one of our newest darlings.
Yeah.
She's going to be one of the probably young Avengers or champions.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
But like, I know
that's so awesome.
But the music sounds really good too. Everything
sounds good. I mean, everything. It just looks amazing. I cannot wait for this film. It's
hopefully
just too good.
See it literally next week.
Yeah, literally next week. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, just a few more to go, peeps. Bear with us. All right, so yeah. Marvel Studios also showed the first footage of Black Panther Wakanda Forever at CinemaCon. Eric Davis from Fandango tweeted the Black Panther Wakanda Forever footage included a great shot of Nakia, Shuri, and Okoye all on the front line of what looks like a major battle approaching. So can't wait for that. And I love all of those women. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see
who are they fighting,
and what happened to what they say happened to
T'Challa. Oh man,
yeah.
I feel like no matter what happens, what they do, I'm not prepared.
I know I'm not prepared.
I don't think I can be prepared for what they're going to do.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very emotional. I think they're going to do something very emotional.
I mean, it'll be great, but like this emotionally, I don't think I'm prepared.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like they should just pass out like a box of tissues.
Yeah, yeah. And so that's the first thing that we've heard about this film.
They've also on Hasbro Pulse released a whole bunch of legendary Black Panther figures. I think. Black Panther. What's her name? Maybe
Nakia.
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
Ramonda.
If only I had to look at it.
I know. Is it Ramonda the Queen?
I don't think so.
They had a Funko Pop of her, and I don't know why they didn't pick her up.
Maybe it's Killmonger. It is Killmonger.
Oh, Killmonger. Oh, interesting. That will be interesting to see if Killmonger comes back.
But isn't that for Wakanda? This a legendary
Oh,
line?
it's just a Black Panther thing.
Yeah, so Killmonger, Nakiri,
Nakia.
Nakiri, Shuri. I keep getting those two
Shuri.
together, and then Black Panther.
Ah.
And then they also have the Thor stuff up too. But yeah, those are the new ones that came out.
Cool.
I'm not getting them only because I told myself I got to stop getting those figures.
I know. I mean, I'll get ones that I want. Yeah. You know, like take for instance, I still want to get Fennec Shand from The Mandalorian, and that's the only one.
Though
from both sides.
I probably will have to get this one just because it's
yeah.
I mean,
yeah, that's such a great pose, and it's got his mask off.
I mean, you can replace it with the thing, with the mask on, but
yeah, no, this is
probably one I will probably get.
That's how I would pose them too. I would pose them like that. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the Sony Spider-Verse. So, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 and 2 have now been renamed. This first part coming out on June 2nd, 2023 will be Spider-Man Beyond the Universe.
No.
Spider-Verse. Wait, no, hold on. I totally... no, the first one is Across the Universe. And then the second one, coming out March 29th, 2024, is Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
So, and it will feature 240 characters across 6 universes. Oh my gosh. I mean, like...
I'm pretty sure it's not... It's going to be like certain scenes where there's a whole bunch of characters on screen. But yeah. I'm just trying to think who we're going to see.
It's going to... I mean, like, it's going to be crazy.
Like you got to pause the screen when it comes out on like home video or whatever to see all those characters.
Yeah.
But then I'm like 6 universes. Like I wonder if they're gonna go like not just animated and throw in some like Roger Rabbit-y Spider-Man style.
It could be, yeah. Who knows?
It's Andrew Garfield again.
Andrew Garfield. Well, they showed the first 15 minutes at CinemaCon, and Eric Davis, who was from Fandango, he also said that it opens with an insane fight against Vulture in Spider-Gwen's universe. She is joined by Oscar Isaac's Miguel O'Hara and Issa Rae's Jessica Drew. Who is Spider-Woman.
I'm looking forward to seeing what they designed.
But not only that, she's 5 months pregnant and kicking ass. So, which in the comic book she was pregnant, and I thought that it made her a very interesting character when she was in her pregnancy. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
2023 and 2024.
Yeah, I just don't understand why it's been taking that long to release it, especially since they have 15 minutes already to show off at CinemaCon. Like, what else do they have to do? I mean, like, why are they waiting an entire year? I don't quite understand Sony's decision making sometimes. They did that with Morbius, and they did that with, I want to say Venom 2. So
who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what's on their slate. I don't know what else is coming. What I'm trying to think what's because honestly maybe they don't want it to compete with other things, but I'm like June. Yeah, well, it might be because usually if something Marvel is coming out, it'll be like May.
Mm-hmm.
So that if they give it a month or whatever, then June they have that month, and then usually July is another MCU thing, maybe.
Right.
So it could be just timing because like Wakanda comes out during the time frame that they would have originally released it.
Yeah.
So it just could be that they don't want to over compete and
Maybe.
so that it gives like people go watch that movie. You don't have to be like, which one do I want to watch this weekend? Especially, we're still kind of climbing out of pandemic.
Yeah.
So it could be partly that.
Maybe. I don't know. I just want my cross. I just want my Spider-Verse movies. That's all.
Right.
All right. So Venom 3 is in development
Yeah.
over at Sony. And then a film revolving around Spider-Verse anti-hero El Muerto is in development with Bad Bunny set to star. Now I don't know who Bad Bunny is, and I apologize for that. But I'm actually not even familiar with him.
He was
But
in 2 comics ever.
he was.
He was in 2 issues.
Although, to be fair, also Arthur Harrow was in one issue.
Yeah, but it's not
And
called
they
the
made,
Arrow. It's not called the Arthur Harrow movie.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Although it does feel like an Arthur Harrow show on some levels.
I
So
mean, yeah, it's just I don't know.
no,
Whatever.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying like whatever's I don't know what Sony's plan is, but
Yeah, I don't understand.
sure.
I
I
still don't understand it. I mean, like I'm for Craven the Hunter because I like that villain.
but
I think
he's
he's an interesting person.
I'm trying to think of like a equivalency in the DC universe. There's a character so minor has only been in like 2 issues.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like even the most obscure things I can think of have been in multiple issues.
Mm-hmm.
Ambush Bug,
No,
the,
Ambush Bug's been more
the
than Ambush
creeper,
Bug was in a lot of things.
it's like the creeper.
No, the
Even
Creeper had a whole mini series.
but then it's like, but like, not a lot of people would know who that is.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm like, think other like, okay, if Sony has everything in the Spider-Man universe, I mean, we're getting Madam Web, which is another weird, but at least it kind of makes sense because I mean, like, she has more of a presence than El Muerto. But I would have gone maybe with like Spider Woman, like
I would have gone with Black Cat
Cat,
before that. I would have gone. I mean, heck, I had gone with Rhino before that.
Hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin. I mean, like, there's so many other villains that they could have gone with. Make a whole Doc Ock, bring Alfred Molina back, and he seemed to be having a lot of fun
Yeah, as long as
filming.
he doesn't have to wear the physical arms anymore. He just
Yeah, exactly. So he was having fun shooting that. Why not say, Alfred
or
Molina, we'd love for you to do another Doc Ock movie?
or bring in like a new version of Doc, like the female version of Doc Ock.
Yeah,
Make a Peter B. Parker movie.
yeah.
Or
There's so many things that they could do,
yeah,
and it's just they're wasting their time.
make a Nick Cage as Spider Noir.
Yeah, I don't know.
Spider-Man 2099.
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, I sure, whatever. Like,
Yeah,
there we are.
right. Well, we are finally on our last story, and that is Man Thing is set to appear in Werewolf by Night special. I've always loved Man Thing. I always thought that design is so cool looking.
It's like Cthulhu.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, Marvel is going all in for a supernatural universe, and I am here for it.
Yeah.
I love it, and I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I'm not like. I know we'll probably talk about it in a future episode when the finale comes out, but like I feel like the post-credit scene, and there's going to be a post-credit scene in the last episode of Moon Knight.
There has to be.
Is either going to be leading into Werewolf by Night, or I have another theory. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to talk about it now because we didn't really talk about Moon Knight and it's spoilery.
Yeah. We'll talk about it after the last episode.
I'm hoping there's a lead in because usually those post credits will lead into something.
Yeah, definitely.
And it makes sense for it to lead into Werewolf by Night.
I think so, for sure.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was an epic 1 hour and 45-minute episode. Thanks for all of you who might still be in the chat. And thanks to all of you who came to the chat tonight. We really appreciate your joining us. It really means actually very much a lot to us. So if you haven't already, we'd love it before you leave. So hit the like button. Subscribe if you aren't. Hit the like button if you haven't. I mean the bell button if you haven't for notifications. And with that, we will see you later. Bye.
Catch you on the flip side.